Hello, happy, ¿qué día es hoy? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. How are you? Welcome to another Day Daily, which is not daily, but every other day. I'm glad you're here. Vamos a hablar rapidito. Let's get to it, okay? Not too much introduction ni nada de eso. Please, if you like the content, subscribe. If you like the intention, subscribe. If you support what I'm doing here and what we're trying to do, subscribe, like, share, comment, toda esa cosa, okay? I really appreciate you so much. So thank you for being here. Let's jump right into the topic, de Santis. Que no es santo de mi devoción. That was a bad joke. De Santis, que no es en realidad ningún santo, porque de santo no tiene nada. You're all gonna excuse me, my conservative amigos, que enseguida saltan a, ay, pero what do you like him? Bueno, es que not that I don't like him. Hay cosas de él que me parecen que son demasiado strategic. Ay, no me puse lip gloss. Demasiado strategic. Y cuando yo veo una gente demasiado, que DeSantis is very smart. DeSantis is super smart. DeSantis is super polished. He knows what he's doing. And sometimes I think that cuando la gente son demasiado inteligente, como que they think that they can outsmart everybody else. And I see through a strategy, and maybe I know I'm not the only one, pero bueno, bear with me. I see through a strategy to work a base. And I get it. He's trying to ramp people up because obviously he's got great political goals and ambitions. And I think he's a great politician. He's Él es un político. Entonces, ¿qué pasa? I agree with DeSantis on a lot of policies, a lot of them. He aligns, I align, we align. Pero hay veces que, tú sabes, en mi opinión, se le va el patín. And I think he overdoes it. And I think this is one of those times. However, let's see. Let's look at all the details. I know that there are people on the left that call DeSantis dictatorial. I don't think DeSantis is dictatorial. I'll tell you why. For example, when he went after Disney, why is this different? Well, Disney has privileges. In this case, we're talking about an alcohol license. That's not a privilege. Eso es algo que tú aplicaste and you got it. So, tú tienes una licencia. Porque Disney se le dieron ciertos privilegios because of the benefit that Disney represents in Orlando. And those privileges, they back, way back. O sea, se puede decir que una licencia también es un privilegio, pero bueno, that dates way back. When? Okay? Years, decades. Que Disney tiene esta situación. And when Disney crosses the Don't Say Gay bill, which is not called Don't Say Gay, but I'm saying it as reference because it's the way it's popularly known, okay? Freedom in Education Act. Cuando eso sucede, DeSantis ataca o, vamos a decir, contraataca, porque en realidad lo que atacan son Disney, y dice que no, que they're not in agreement with DeSantis. And he said, bueno, tú sabes qué, if you're going to go crazy and you agree with sexualization of children, etc., how about we don't need to be upholding these privileges que ustedes tienen, que you're practically your own jurisdiction, your own everything. How about not? And that's what happened. En este caso, I'm not so sure he's doing the right thing, and I'll tell you. In December, hubo un drag show, a Christmas drag show en el Hyatt Regency aquí in Miami. Okay? Now, let me show you briefly lo que pasó. And this is from, I didn't know, honestly, how to download it. Pero this is from Corey Jeshua. Feel free to follow Corey, conservative content creator. Whether you're conservative or not, it gives a lot of insight. So feel free to follow him, Instagram, TikTok, etc. I know you can see there. Oh, my screen's dirty. Okay, so basically, that's just a highlight of some of the things that happened at the show. Obviously, the show wasn't all like that, but come on, a drag show is known for its sexual content. I don't have anything against drag shows. I like a good drag show, I don't mind. But I do believe it's adult entertainment. And I don't understand why the need to push it on children and why, above all, parents take their children to drag story time, to drag Christmas shows, when drag is really adult entertainment. Now, up to there, I am in complete alignment with the governor's views. What happened here, though, and this is, let's take a look at the complaint. I want you to take a look at the complaint. I'm going to add it really quick and let's analyze it. So let's see. Let's do full screen. So basically, this is what we have, okay? This is the complaint that the state of Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation issued to the Hyatt Regency in Miami. And you can see it here. Petitioner is a state agency charged with regulating alcoholic beverage and tobacco pursuant to chapters, et cetera, Florida statutes. Okay. You can see all that. Respondent. Okay. On or about December 27th, 2022, respondent hosted a drag queen Christmas on its licensed premises, during which respondent served alcoholic beverages to patrons in attendance. Respondent promoted the show using targeted Christmas-themed promotional material that did not provide notice as to the sexually explicit nature of the show's performances or other content. Okay, now it says here, point number 6. Prior to the show occurring and based on media reports about the show at other locations, petitioner sent a letter to respondent notifying respondent that sexually explicit drag show performances constitute public nuances, lewd activity, and disorderly conduct when minors are in attendance, and that if respondent failed to ensure that minors were prohibited from attending such performances, its license would be subject to penalties up to and including revocation. Now, point number 7, although the respondent updated its advertising to include a disclaimer that the show was recommended for audiences 18 and up, respondent's admission policy specifically allowed for minor children to attend if accompanied by an adult. As a result, minors attended and were knowingly admitted into the show by respondent, including children appearing less than 16 years of age. So let's go back here. And I want to analyze this for a minute. So this is a private establishment who has a license to sell alcohol. And the governor and this government agency is saying that because the children were present and because they were warned that this was not appropriate, their license could be revoked. And now they're being investigated because although they updated their advertising and said, oye, recommended for 18 and up, fíjate, recommended for 18 and up, pero they did not prohibit the entrance to the show. Now, I'll tell you this. As a parent, if I take my child somewhere, who is anyone to prohibit the entrance with my child? I understand where the Santis is coming from, but aquí se le fue la mano, en mi opinión. I think he's just reaching too far because I think he's holding on to a strategy to ramp up a base that he needs. He needs these things to stay there in people's faces. In that conservative base. But I think that people like me are lost in this mumbo jumbo because there needs to be some sort of, tiene que haber lógica. You're going to revoke an alcohol license because parents took children to a show that you call vulgar, What is vulgar? Vulgar is subjective. Para mí sí es vulgar. Those clips that we saw there, I wouldn't want my child watching a drag queen say, no, I had sex with my father's boss. Frankly, no. But that's just me. See, every parent is different. And I think the big question here is, what the hell are these parents thinking? Because the governor can't be coming in every 5 minutes where he sees that something's going on that's inappropriate and revoking people's licenses. Think about it. Who brought the kids to the show? The parents. And if the parents didn't see that in the middle of the show, someone's thrusting their privates on some minor's face and talking about sexual explicit things and showing prosthetic boobs on stage, if they didn't feel that they were uncomfortable enough to walk out of there, why should anybody else be? Why should the establishment suffer? Or, I mean, I get it. There's a prior situation where they were told that this, make sure that you say it's explicit, make sure you don't allow. But honestly, estos son los padres. And I know a lot of you won't want to hear this because a lot of you are diehard Santis fans. But I think that él está cruzando líneas que a mí me parecen not necessary. Did the children drink alcohol? No, the children were not exposed to drinking alcohol. Then I would understand if the children were exposed to drinking alcohol, to consuming alcohol, then it would make sense for the license to be revoked. But to just come in and say, I'll punish you because children were allowed to enter with their parents who o sea, los padres dieron consentimiento. Children went in with their parents, not only the consent, they went in accompanied by their parents. And now I will punish you, even though none of the children consumed alcohol, because they were exposed to a show that their parents allowed them to watch. In a private establishment. It wasn't a public place. It wasn't a government facility. It was a private establishment. So my fear is, or my concern is, or my question is it okay for the governor to just de pronto, no estoy de acuerdo, because children were exposed to something? And I get it. A lot of you are going to say, he's pushing back, and this may be the only way to push back, because how are you going to get these people's attention, honestly? How are you going to set a tone? How are you going to set your foot down? How are you going to send a compelling message? O sea, ¿cómo yo mando un mensaje contundente a esta gente? Bueno, le mando una investigación, le mando un complaint que le voy a revocar la licencia de bebidas alcohólicas. I get it. But up to when is it okay for a governor to jump in and say, no me pareció que esto estuviera appropriate, therefore I'm going to revoke the license? I think that maybe revoking, o sea, why the alcohol license? That's the part I'm not understanding. The kids did not consume alcohol. So the alcohol license just seems like a way to punish the concession stand at the James L. Knight Center, which is where this happened, no? I guess that part doesn't ring a bell. And I do believe that a message needs to be sent. But honestly, if the parents are taking the children to these shows, what hope do we have? Who is the message to? The message shouldn't be to the establishment. Hay una pila de padres locos allá afuera, loco. I'm sorry. But if you believe that it's okay for your child to be exposed to this, you might as well take them to a strip show. Why is it different to have prosthetic boobs in a child's face and talking about, I had sex with my father's boss? What is different between that and a strip club where there are women flaunting, or men flaunting, thrusting, ding-a-ling-a-ling? How is that different? If the parents could, why are children not taken to the strip? Why are you not taking your 5-year-old to the strip club? Why not? So I mean, I don't understand these parents. And I think that the Santis está tratando de hacer algo que estratégicamente could work for him, but I just don't see it as this particular move. I don't see it as him being genuinamente caring for anybody's well-being. He's just, this is a strategy. This is a power move, in my opinion. And I just think that, no sé, a mí no me parece que funciona. I think it does more harm than good en este instante. Pero I want to know what you think. Because, no sé, yo creo que los culpables aquí son los papás, los padres. And the people that organize the show or that do this show, honestly, shame on you for allowing children, period. Because I get it. You can put in your advertisement that is recommended for 18 and up. Pero when a child comes in to buy alcohol or to buy cigarettes, nicotine, they won't be sold that because they're underage, period. So if you do adult entertainment, you should just do adult entertainment, and drag is adult entertainment, and it should be for adults, and you shouldn't allow children. You should specify that it's only for adults. But then again, you would lose a whole crowd, and you wouldn't take advantage of the huge trend of drag shows for kids, because parents no se sabe lo que están pensando, and they'll go for anything that's trending because they don't want to be called, tú sabes, los padres mojigatos, los padres que conservadores, los padres extremistas, los padres, they don't want to be called those parents. But yet they rather take their children to a drag show, and not just any drag show, a sexually explicit, because there are drag shows and there are more explicit drag shows, even though drag shows are always known for their sexual content. Anyway, ahí se los dejo. I want to know what you think. I'm very interested in your comments. And bueno, aquí nos vemos next time. Besito. Thank you for watching.